Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl, Sheila J, and I am back at you with another video. Live at that. If you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your bell notification so you can be notified every single time yours truly uploads a new video. If you are not new here, welcome back. But you always come back because I am everyone's favorite everything and your favorite YouTuber. In today's video, I'm doing a part 2 of the video that I did yesterday because conveniently the book that I talked about was talking about the other day in my other video, Holistic Sight, Minding the Body and Mending the Mind. It actually talks about the that premise. So I wanted to kind of share a little bit of what they're speaking about and put it back into the context of what I said yesterday. The premise of we speak of again and again is that whatever you resist persists. The harder you try to escape, the more stuck you become. The big reframe in looking at pain, or what we were talking about yesterday about your SPs or your 3D or whatever, is to accept it, relaxing around it physically and mentally. This means that you shift into the position of being an accepting observer of your pain rather than an unwilling victim. It doesn't require much thought to see that the observer has more control than the victim. To be in control of pain, you have to let go of trying to push it away. So, in essence, when you're manifesting and you're changing your 3D and your SP and whatever, they are resisting. And since they are resisting, they're doing this from they're not doing this from an aware person perspective. They're not observing. They don't know what the heck is going on while you're manifesting them. And they're probably questioning, okay, why am I thinking about this person so much? I don't even understand why I'm thinking about this so much. So that's causing them to resist more because they're confused about whatever it is that they're going through. And they don't understand why they're going through it while you're manifesting them. And they're questioning themselves and they're not aware of it. So I'm feeling and because they're not aware and they're not willing to accept it and they're not relaxing into that feeling of okay, maybe I should go and message her and talk to her. And they don't want to do that because men are very prideful and they're very stubborn sometimes. So they don't want to act on it right away because while you're manifesting them and whatnot. And it's the harder that the more you affirm and the more you're doing it, it's the harder and the more pressure and the more they're feeling it. Essentially they feel what you're affirming, and so especially if you're not in contact with them, give this hope it's working. It's just taking them a second because to observe, especially if they're a busy person and they don't really relax and they're stressed out all the time and whatnot. They aren't really in that position to observe what's happening to them. And until they make that shift and from being the person that's constantly doing something to being the person that just sits with themselves and really reflects and analyzes what's happening to them, they're not going to make that conscious effort in coming to you right away. It has to be on their time for the most part. And I feel once they shift out of that position from being an accepting observer and a victim, I feel it transitions a little bit better and they go from being that observer to being conscious and being okay, well, maybe I do love this girl, maybe I do need to go message her. And they start to realize things that they didn't realize before because they're now taking the time out to sit and reflect on their thoughts and whatnot. And they usually think your thoughts, whatever you're thinking, they usually end up thinking that it was their idea, kind of like a Jedi mind trick. as I like to think about it. But they just end up changing because they're taking that time out to reflect and be more aware of themselves, the same way that you're becoming more aware and you're becoming an observer of your thoughts and everything. They have to kind of do that same thing. But if they're resisting, no, like if they're resisting, it's working because they're feeling whatever it is that you are affirming and whatnot. So if they are resisting it and they are not aware of what's happening, and they are giving you problems, and they aren't really being the observer of themselves and the observer of their thoughts and trying to keep fighting it versus letting it happen and going with the flow and putting up a block, there, what you're doing is working. Trust that what you're doing is working, because it's working. Like, it really is working. And I just say that to say, keep going. Don't give up. You got this. Because if I could do this, you can do it too. So thank you guys for watching. And that is it for today's video. I might come back on a little bit later. By the way, my website, IamSheilaJ.com, and stylingwithSheilaJ.com might come back up by the end of today. So I will be on the lookout for that, and I will let you know like what's what with that. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Bye.